may only be presented to the Senate by a senator who shall affix his or her name at the beginning thereof. The petition is in my name against the President of the Nigerian Senate, His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, for sexual harassment, abuse of office, and malicious obstruction of my legislative functions. You may recall, sir, that on Friday in Arise TV, I did make some statements. And I have decided to narrow these statements in a formal petition against the President of this Senate. So if it may please you, I would humbly step forward and lay this petition. Thank you.
You may proceed.
Few weeks ago, when this issue of Natasha and Senator Akpabio came up, I said that Senator Akpabio should step aside. Let somebody else should take over, pending on when this issue will be resolved. Some people look at me and say, I don't know what I'm saying. You can see Natasha Akpoti. She's the one going now to present her sexual allegedly harassment document to Senator Akpabio, which I believe that is very unlawful for the Senate President to be the one to collect this thing from Senator Natasha. For me, are we saying that we don't have a deputy Senate there that's supposed to collect this thing from her? For me, the case is in the court. Let the case take over from.
This petition is hereby referred to the Committee on Code of Conduct, Ethics, and Public Petitions to revert to the Senate as soon as practicable. I would like to state clearly that at no time did I ever attempt any sexual harassment on the said distinguished Senator Akpoti or any other woman for that matter. I and my siblings were raised very well by my late single mother. She died in year 2000 through very difficult times, and I therefore have the highest regards for women. Even at demise, I still cry till today. I also wish to state that I also have 4 beautiful daughters. So at no time will I ever harass any woman, and I've never done so. In addition, even as a state governor, I was awarded various awards. One of them was the one you wish to know, the most gender-friendly governor in Nigeria. I served between 2007 and 2015. To God be the glory. In conclusion, I urge all Nigerians, particularly the media, and then, of course, the members of the social media, to await the court's decision. And please do not jump to conclusions on matters of mere allegations. I want to thank you for listening to me and thank my colleagues, because some of the phone calls were calls of support, solidarity, and prayers that the Almighty God will step in to vindicate the just. So now let us get on with the business of the day. Thank you.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, yes, of course, we have listened to the side of Senator Natasha Akpoti and the Senate President Akpabio, as Natasha have submitted the evidence of Senator Akpabio harassing her, and Akpabio also too have defended herself. But for me, I felt that Akpabio is not the right position to receive that document. I keep saying it that when we keep destroying the institution that make this country, we are only destroying the country. I've said it that if we are to be a law-abiding country, by now Senator Akpabio is supposed to have resigned. Akpabio is not supposed to be the one that's supposed to collect that harassment this thing. It's somebody else. Now the good part of it that when I said it that Akpabio should resign, some people say I'm saying rubbish. Some people said, is it because of Natasha Akpoti just accused her? So by that, Akpabio should just resign, that women cannot be trusted, that a woman can use every available means to make sure they brought man down. But I said that is not the issue. The issue is that the Senator Akpabio is a Senate President, for goodness sake. Okay, since this accusation have come, whether it's Akpabio, Natasha is lying against him or not, he have to step down. until the investigation will be concluded before he can resume office. Okay, look at the shenanigans that just happened in the House of Assembly today, in the National Assembly today, whereby Natasha came and submitted the petition. It is the Senate President that still collected it. That's why we are a laughing stock to the world. Things are not done like this. We want to let things be done in a proper manner. Things are not done in this way. Okay? So whether Akpabio is guilty, whether Akpabio is not guilty, the court of the law will determine it. But I hope that this time around they will allow the court of the law to work. Because as I speak to you now, many Nigerians don't longer believe in the Nigerian judicial system. We don't longer, as I speak to you, many people even feel that as it is that there's nothing like a legislature, there's nothing like a judiciary. All are in the hands of the executive, both in federal and the state, where a state governor can command his legislature, ask them to do whatever they like, the judiciary to do whatever they like. The same thing that is happening in federal is what is happening in the state. So for me, Akpabio will have just stepped down. I don't know what, maybe provincial you are watching, you think maybe I'm saying trash or not. For me, I felt that Akpabio should not be the one that will have collected that petition, or as we call it, evidence that Natasha Akpoti have against Senator Akpabio. So, and we believe that this case cannot be swept under the carpet. This is a serious allegation. It can never be swept under the carpet. Thank God that it's in the public domain. We are all watching. We are following up how this case is going to end. Because if you dismiss a lecturer because a lecturer sexually harassed a student, and if allegedly a Senate president is being alleged that he did the same thing, we the Nigerians expect that the Senate president should have taken a step aside. For now, we are not saying he should leave a Senate. He should have taken a step aside and let this investigation take its course. Whether Natasha Akpoti is accused wrongly or not, the law will take its place. Now, when I said it a few days ago that Senator Akpabio should step aside, then some people criticize me. There is a court now that have given Akpabio 6 days for Akpabio to step aside. Let the case should be investigated first. But you know Nigeria now, we know who is in the top. I can talk to the Mr. President. I can do this. They will disobey the law. It's not today the Nigerian politicians have been disobeying law. Under Buhari regime, we saw how they disobey court law without obeying the law. So we hope that they should do the needful, because as we speak right now, this issue, the world is watching. All the whole eyes are on this issue, that the third person in Nigeria is harassing a fellow Nigeria judiciary has been messed up. Nigeria judiciary are no more interpreting the law. They are interpreting money. They are interpreting for the executive. That is why I'm in a simple opinion. Said we have three arms of government. We have the executive, we have the legislature, we have the judiciary. But as it is currently in Nigeria, both the federal and the state, the executive have pocketed the judiciary and the legislature. As I speak to you, whatever the executive want from the judiciary will give it to them. Whatever the executive want from the legislature has given to them. Portrait to my point, we have heard Akpoti, the Senate president. I've said this severally that whatever President Bola Ahmed Tinubu told him he will do. Because it is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that make him to be who he is. And he felt that even despite that the position is not by merit. The position is by whoever that appointed him. So he's there to serve President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's not there to serve Nigeria. Is he limited to only federal alone? The answer is no. Go to your state, you that are watching me this vision, both this video, both in your own in southeast, both in middle belt, both in northeast, both in southwest here. The governor directly or indirectly control their legislature and the executive. That whatever they want is what the legislature will interpret for them. Whatever they want is what the judiciary of their state will give to them. And we are saying this is not healthy for our democracy. So Samuel Ekpan coming out today for me, right from there, I've been saying it. Is Samuel Ekpan and the Nnamdi Kanu, are they the problem of Nigeria? The answer is no. Since you have held Nnamdi Kanu in the custody of DSS, has they not been killing in the southeast? Has they not been killing in Nigeria? The answer is yes, they'll be killing. So why are you holding these people? Even after this, when the IBB have came out and told the world that it was not Igbo that planned this coup. If you ask yourself, if you be sincere to yourself, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Fulani, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Igbo, if you sincerely ask yourself, why did Nnamdi Kanu come into this fight at the first place? Nnamdi Kanu, don't forget that this young man, I'm not an Igbo, I am from the middle belt, but we have to say the truth. No matter who is involved, we are all one Nigeria. He was in UK enjoying his life. Don't forget that he did not come from people home. He was enjoying his life, but he saw the way they are marginalizing their people. Right from after Biafra war, these people who have lost so millions of people. And God once told them that they should forget it. That no Victor, no Vanquish, everybody should come. Want to form one Nigeria. But ever since then, did they allow people to go to the corridor of power? The answer is no. They are not even allowing them to occupy the sensitive position. Most especially during this APC government since 2015 up to this very moment. So the young man came and said, no, we can no longer tolerate this thing anymore. We need to go on our own. What crime is there? In Nigeria Constitution, in 1999 Constitution, it gives you right that you can dictate for your liberation for people. I will expect that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, after that confession, they gathered shenanigan gathering there, celebrating IBB that's supposed to be in prison. By me, I'm entitled to my opinion. Because if the rest of people who are in prison, what IBB have done is worse than what the people who are in prison have done. For you to annoy the elections, and you are confessing to us after 30 years now, for you to be part of people who told the world, BBC, the whole world, label a tribe, that they are the one that planned the coup, of which you know that they are not the one that planned the coup. What atrocity, what damage is worse than these two things that IBB have committed? And yes, it's living. It's living peacefully. So for me, are you telling me that Nnamdi Kanu and Samuel Ekpan, they are in prison that Nigeria have gotten there? The answer is no. The answer is no. So we are saying to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do the needful and release Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is not the problem of Nigeria. Everything Nnamdi Kanu have virtually said about this country as a Nigeria, all of them, are they not gradually coming to pass? Can't you see the way Fulani men are terrorizing Nigeria everywhere? Can't you see the way the Southeast governors are busy worshipping the Fulanis? I don't know what is their problem. What is Hope Uzodinma problem? The last time I checked, many Igbos are there in that state suffering. but you are setting you say you want to organize a Hajj for Muslim people in Imo State. How many Muslim people in Imo State? Are they up to 5%? The answer is no. Who are you trying to please? You are trying to please the people who impose you on the people. Don't forget that no matter how many years, you are almost going to 8 years, and you will leave. The place will remember you. Anything you do, whether good or bad, your children will definitely pay the rate for it. Today, who is talking about Abacha children? Today, who is talking about the Babangida, the man who has caused a lot of atrocity in this country? Who is talking about IBB today? Their children. Have you heard of IBB children? The answer is no. So anything you do, whether you are a governor, whether you are a senator, whether you are a president, remember there is karma. Your children will definitely pay dearly for it. Is this what we call a country? That people can no longer eat? People can no longer send their children to school? That we should further one and be happy? No, we cannot be happy. I told people before now that Finland is a country that respects their rules of law. Finland are not like Nigeria, whereby when the people is in their side, they will turn the case. They will turn it to favor the person because the person is their side. But when it's not their side, they will judge the case the way they want to judge. I keep referring to what happened to Ekweremadu. Ekweremadu is a big lesson to Nigeria to support to them. I can bet you with my life that if Ekweremadu will have committed that atrocity in Nigeria, Ekweremadu will have been contesting for presidency. But today, Ekweremadu is in the prison. Ekweremadu is now ex-convict. If you don't know, if he come out, Ekweremadu is now an ex-convict, international, not local. I know that we know how to glorify. Ibori was a former convict in US. When he came, they are celebrating him. He's still a messiah in the state. What are we saying? And somebody is telling me that we have a hope. The answer is no. The answer is no. So jubilation right now, because they feel that Samuel Ekpan is the one that is protecting their people. If you say you are labeling Samuel Ekpan, that Samuel Ekpan is strong in the southeast, Samuel Ekpan. Before Samuel Ekpan declares it at home on Monday, Samuel Ekpan, the Igbos, both the pastors, the politicians, the well-meaning Igbos all over the world have pleaded that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. But yet the federal government pay other money to them. Even when we felt that Buhari has finished his tenure, new President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have come in as the president, he should do the needful. He refused to do the needful. To release the young man Nnamdi Kanu to go. And that's why they sit at home, they declare sit at home. That has become a nightmare in the southeast. Was it not the same fight Nnamdi Kanu is fighting? They want to liberate his people. Was it not the same fight as Sunday Igboho fight? So some people are saying that Sunday Igboho is working freely and Nnamdi Kanu is under the custody of the DSS. So for me, that young man should be released. That young man should be released for peace to reign. The people that are supposed to be in all those Fulani criminality, Fulani herdsmen criminality that are moving from one region to another, killing people, raping people, destroying people's farm, they are the ones that are supposed to be in prison. But they are going scot-free, going with their AK-47. So they should allow that young man to go. Let him go and rest with his people. Let him go and rest with the people. Most of what these Igbo leaders today, they are self-centered. You see the rest of India, Anambra. You see what Charles Oludo is in Anambra.